What is up, guys? It is Broku, the legendary Saiyan here. And today, you know what I'm playing. Obviously, if you watch my channel long enough, you should know what I'm playing. But anyway, aside from that point, told you guys, or at least promised you guys, I was going to do a double feature of discussion slash topic episode 2 and 3. Now, I'm thinking of renaming the video, or not the videos, but I'm thinking of renaming the actual series to something else. So I want you guys to, go down in the comments and give me some names. Give me some names. It has to be it has to be appropriate, not inappropriate. It has to be appropriate. And it has to be like something like, I don't know, maybe actually, no, never mind. Scenario discussion actually sounds pretty cool. Or at least I'll go down in the comments and put in there scenario discussion. And if you like the name, just press the like button under it. And then you guys also can come up with names also, but it has to be appropriate by YouTube standards. It has to be something cool and epic at the same time. But I know you guys can back me up if you know what I mean. So anyway, go down in the comments, put down a name if you can think of any, and whatever name gets like the most likes, I will pick that name for the series. So anyway, with that out the way, I got one thing to say before I start this video up. Discussion slash topic episode 1 on Cell and how I said he was possibly like the ultimate like warrior or fighter, or basically the best fighter out there because of his Saiyan cells and all that. Basically, I forgot to add one thing in. I know you guys probably gonna hate me for it. Well, there's a reason behind it. Basically, Akira Toriyama recently came out and said that's one thing that Cell has, and it's just a little explanation I wanted to add in on this video, is that when Cell absorbs somebody, they're self-conscious, which means 17 and 18, when they were absorbed, they were self-conscious inside a cell, and they saw what was going down. They couldn't do nothing. Like, for example, what I mean is when they were in cell and 16 died and they couldn't do nothing. I think that's why 17 became a park ranger, because it makes sense. But that's what I just wanted to say. He just came out recently and said it. Also, I'm thinking, yeah, I might do like a rundown on Super Saiyan transformations for episode 3, or the original Saiyan, like the OG Saiyan, the original Saiyan legend, that guy. Uh, but yeah, I'll basically give you his backstory. Maybe give a backstory. But I might leave that for episode 4. Episode 3 is kind of a rundown on transformations. That's what I think I want to do with it, to basically give you guys, information. Because I don't know about you, but I know many people who don't know what the Super Saiyan transformations are or actually do. So without further ado, let's just get into this video. Now you're probably wondering, Broku, what is this topic? You've been changing the topic around for like a few months, probably more than that. First, you said it was going to be Dragon Ball Fusions review. I'm probably going to still do that. I'm still going to do that, but I'm going to put that in parts. Uh, the second time, actually no, the first time, the original draft I had for it was the Super Saiyan transformations, which now seems good enough. Second time I said it was going to be a review, and the third time I do not remember what I said the third time. Goku Black, I think. Yeah. So, and then episode 2 was the same thing. I couldn't figure out a good topic to go out with. So I finally figured out what I want to talk about right now. So, you're probably wondering, out of all the topics, which did you pick for episode 2? Well, it's a good topic. Let's just leave it at that. let's just say that it has to do with somebody who basically is magic and was created by a wizard and is a man child. Yep, you know who I'm talking about right now. Obviously, you see his house, but yeah, I'm talking about this guy right here. That guy. See? Majin Buu? Yeah, I'm talking about him. So you're probably wondering, well, where did you get this topic out of? So recently I've been watching the final chapters of Kai, which is the Majin Saga. I'm so happy they're finally finishing Kai. I remember watching it back in the day on Nicktoons and, just watching it, and then they just stopped at the Cell Saga. I was like, come on, dude. Seriously? Like, you're gonna stop it at the Cell Saga? And then they played GT, and I was like, okay, why would you stop then show the next, why would you show something that's after the Buu saga but not know nothing about the Buu saga? All I knew is that Goku killed this guy named Kid Buu that was pink, and basically he killed him with a spirit bomb. That's all I knew up until like a few years later when like basically you could go on YouTube and figure out basically like clips of the story. But now I'm getting the full effect of the story. I'm watching the episode where Super Boo is entering the time chamber, or that's the recent one I've seen. Or they're going to the time chamber to fight Gotenks. But that's besides the point. What do I have to? What basically does this topic have to do with Boo? Well, you know how I said Cell was like the ultimate fighter or the best fighter out there? Well, I'd say Majin Buu could give Cell a run for his money. And here's why. The reason I say Majin Buu could give Cell a run for his money mainly is because he was created by a wizard named Bibidi, okay? Solely created out of magic also. Want to leave that in. And the guy has many hacks, as you would say. Like, he can turn people into candy. I mean, Super Boo turns Chi Chi into an egg and then stomped on her, which, I mean, I don't know. It's Boo. Uh, Hacks like he can literally scream open a dimensional rift. Uh, he did that in when he was trapped in the hyperbolic time chamber. When Piccolo destroyed the gateway between Earth and the chamber, basically, and he said to Boo, "Oh, well, there's no candy in here. You'll never get to eat it again." And then basically Boo was going like having like a midlife crisis, like, "Oh, I won't be able to eat chocolate anymore." And then he basically screamed open a portal. Yeah, those kind of hacks. But yeah, basically that's what I wanted to say for that part. Just my basic rundown. I was giving you guys my opinion on Boo. Is that he was created by Bibbidi, solely made out of magic, and he has a lot of hacks. That's why I say he's probably the best fighter. Now, for those people who don't know who Boo is, or if you don't know who Majin Buu is, I'm gonna give a quick rundown of his origin, and yeah, then you'll know who Boo is. So to start it off, Boo was said to be created by Bibidi, was an evil wizard. Now this guy solely made Boo out of magic, okay? And you're probably saying magic, man, that doesn't sound great, or it doesn't sound cool. Something like that. Somebody, I don't know what you would say if you haven't seen Dragon Ball and you heard that there's magic in it. I don't know. But if you don't believe me, magic has been in Dragon Ball since the original Dragon Ball series. There was Fortune Teller Baba. Uh, I mean the Dragon Balls. I mean they're magic. So if you say magic doesn't exist in the series or something like that, you're quite wrong because it's been proven there's like magic in the series. So yeah, he was created by Bibidi with magic, and he basically created Wicked, Boo, or Kid Boo as I call him. Basically, Kid Boo was very wicked, evil, killed for fun. For example, he killed like how many Supreme Kais? I think two Supreme Kais and absorbed two Supreme Kais. Those being South Kai and East Kai, if I'm right. So East and South Supreme Kai. Rundown is the Supreme Kai of the West basically put up a good fight, but then then she lost and basically Boo killed her. It's also it's also said that Bibbidi did not have control of Kid Boo, because as you see multiple times, Boo would literally almost try to kill Bibbidi, and it was by accident. Uh, so yeah, South Kai was probably the next one to go, and then that's when Boo figured out he could absorb people. Now you're probably saying, well, what's why does that make Boo so great? Well, Boo, on the other hand, instead of being self-conscious or them being self-conscious inside of him, they end up being like unconscious. They don't know what happened, basically. Unlike Cell, where they are self-conscious. Also, now that I remember, I do have one thing to say about Cell, or if I did not mention this in my last video, sorry if I did, is that in GT, and I know GT is not canon, Cell almost absorbed Kid Goku, or GT Kid Goku, uh, with his Saiyan tail like at an adult stage, or who basically had Super Saiyan 4. Now, when he fully absorbed Goku, now hear this out. When he solely absorbed Goku, like he fully absorbed Goku, he powered up and said, I have all of Goku's powers now. There's no way anybody can defeat me, or something on the lines of that. And then Goku just he spit himself back out. And he said, "Oh, that was a close one." You, you know. That I just wanted to add that in because I don't think I added that in the first video. But yeah, I'll have a Cell video for the like an extra, but this is I want to mainly focus on Boo. So basically, at that point, Boo absorb people, so he absorbed the South Kai. Now this guy was super buff, and he had a bad temper. He was hot headed, and the guy was angry that Boo was killing the Supreme Kais. Now these Supreme Kais look over the planets and create things, and they live outside the universe or the macrocosm, as we call it in Dragon Ball. Basically, the macrocosm is the universe of Dragon Ball. And if you want to prove that it isn't, here's an image. Future me, put up the image. Thank you, future me. Anyway, as I was saying, if you want to prove that wrong, you've obviously just seen what the whole universe looks like. I'm not gonna basically name it or give it a rundown. I'll do a video about it. But there's a little part on that picture if you looked long enough, is that there's a little orb outside of the gigantic orb, and that's the Supreme Kai's realm. I think it already names it. I'm pretty sure it's already named it, unless I got a image of one that doesn't name it. So sorry if I didn't. But basically, over life on planets and basically create things, which ties in the line of basic Beerus, the god of destruction, or the god of destructions themselves, which they destroy for fun, kind of like Kid Buu if you think about it. But original Dragon Ball Z, all the villains were actually called God of Destructions. It's funny, right? When you figure that out, they really weren't God of Destructions, but they were. they were given that name. Where like, unlike Beerus, Beerus has the title of a god of destruction. But yeah, I just wanted to add that in. But yeah, so basically, Boo absorbs South Supreme Kai, ends up gaining this guy's appearance and his like basically how he acts. So instead, he becomes more like wicked and ruthless, and more keen on killing people. I know, terrifying, right? So eventually, Bibbidi and Boo, or as I call this gigantic, buffed out, roided out Boo, I call him the self-absorbed, or uh, Boo South, or something like that. You guys come up with a name for him, you know, in the comments. Some people call him Berserker Boo, but I don't call him Berserker. I call him self-absorbed. Now, basically, two Supreme Kais are already dead. The North went out and tried to fight Boo, or the supposed Berserk Boo, and died, just like the West Kai did. Now, the only few that were left were East, which was the Supreme Kai of the East, and Shin. And if you don't know who Shin is, he's the Supreme Kai of Universe 7. Well, now is. Him and the East were the only ones left. So yeah. So after finding out where the Supreme Kais were hiding, uh, I think Boo tried to absorb Shin, or he badly damaged Shin, and then I think the East tried to fight Boo, or I don't know what went down. My memory's not that great, or I don't really remember. Like, I remember the origin story, and I might be naming the Kais wrong, but if that's the case, I'll probably look it up and then say, just put in words into. I'll put up words up above and tell you guys that, oh yeah, well, this is this, and basically you get the rundown. So basically, the East Kai gets absorbed, or the East Supreme Kai gets absorbed. Now you're probably wondering, well, that's great. You got two that are dead, and now you got two that are absorbed. Well, as you see, this was all a part of his plan. The East Supreme Kai was joyful and innocent. And as if you guys don't know, and I didn't say this earlier, is that when Boo absorbs people, he gains their perception, or the way they act, and he gains their characteristics, their perception, the way they act. Basically, he gains what they look like and how they act. But he did this on purpose. The Supreme Kai of the East did this on purpose because he knew it was going to make Boo innocent, and that was all a part of his plan. He sacrificed himself to make Boo innocent, and it ended up working in the end. Although most of the Supreme Kais are dead, don't know why Shin doesn't wish him back, but it would make a lot of sense if he did. But anyway, I think the reason I know why is because Boo would probably go back or revert to Kid Boo form. I don't know. But basically, uh, Boo, when he absorbed the Supreme Kai of the East, he became Fat Boo, aka Innocent Boo, whatever you want to call him. So that's the whole origin story on Boo. Now you're saying, well, since you've already gotten to the point, what now? So Boo has had many forms through the series, that is, including, like I said, his origin was Kid Boo. Then there was the Berserker, or the South Kai absorbed. Then East Kai, which made him Fat Boo. And then, if you don't count Boo getting mad, uh, because Hercule got shot. You don't know who Hercule is. Uh, by far he's like the funniest character to me that is in the series. Uh, Not only did Hercule go against Cell, he went against Boo, but Cell flicked him away like he was a bug. This is Hercule right here. Yeah, I know he's hilarious. Well, he's hilarious to me, but basically here's Fat Boo, here's Super Boo, and then there's Kid Boo. But he's had other incarnations. For example, Super Boo here, basically he absorbed Piccolo and then gained his appearance and, actions, perception, all that. He also was on the lines of getting defeated by Gotenks here, and then he absorbed the Gotenks and became Boo Boo Tanks or Super Boo Tanks, which was very powerful up until Gohan showed him what's what, and basically Gohan gave him a run for his money, and then Goku showed up, thinking that, oh yeah, we could both defeat him. Because uh there's a 20-minute time limit for the fusion dance, and basically the fusion dance ran out and he became the Piccolo absorbed again. So he absorbed Gohan and then became Super Buu Gohan absorbed.